Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into 3 AI advancements that are really making some serious waves.
Yeah, it's pretty
We'll
amazing.
be exploring a platform that's completely changing healthcare diagnostics in Kenya,
Right.
a partnership that's looking into extending human lifespans,
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one.
and a company that's trying to make AI video generation more accessible than ever.
So much to unpack.
It really is, and it's happening so quickly.
Yeah, the pace of development is just incredible.
So let's jump right in with Neural Labs and their AI platform called NeuralSight.
Okay.
This platform can diagnose over 20 diseases,
Wow.
from pneumonia to tuberculosis,
Really?
in just minutes using medical imaging.
That's incredible in minutes.
Yeah, and minutes, not days.
That's a game changer.
And what's really cool is how they're using it in Kenya,
Yeah.
where access to specialized healthcare
Yeah.
can be a challenge.
Right. I can see how that would be incredibly valuable there.
Imagine getting a diagnosis in minutes.
Versus days or even weeks sometimes.
Exactly. It could really improve healthcare outcomes for so many people.
Absolutely.
And they're not just doing quick diagnoses either.
Oh,
They're conducting clinical trials in Nairobi and getting really positive feedback from hospitals.
that's really encouraging to hear.
It really is. It shows how effective the platform is and how much potential it has.
Definitely. I mean, Neural Labs is really leading the way, but they're not the only ones.
Right?
We're seeing more and more healthcare startups using AI.
Oh, yeah. Like who?
Well, there's Afia Record, for example.
Oh.
They're using AI to personalize health insights from medical records.
Interesting. And how about Isola?
They're using AI to detect autism early on and provide personalized therapy.
Wow. So AI is tackling all sorts of healthcare challenges.
It really is. It's transforming patient care across the board.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit to something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi novel.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
OpenAI is partnering with Retro Biosciences.
I have heard of them. They're doing some really interesting work with longevity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So together, they're developing an AI model called GPT-4B Micro.
GPT-4B Micro.
Yes, and the goal is to extend human lifespans.
Wow. Okay, that's ambitious.
They're using AI to re-engineer proteins.
How does that work?
Well, these proteins can convert skin cells into stem cells.
So essentially reversing the aging process.
That's the idea.
And are they having any success?
It's still early days,
Right.
but their initial results are pretty impressive.
Oh.
The AI-designed proteins are over 50 times more effective than the naturally occurring ones.
That's a huge improvement.
They believe this could potentially extend human lifespan by up to 10 years.
10 years? That's incredible if it's true.
It is pretty mind-blowing, and it speaks to OpenAI's bigger mission of achieving artificial general intelligence.
AGI, right?
Their CEO, Sam Altman, is a big believer in AI's power to accelerate scientific progress.
And this project is a perfect example of that.
It really is. It makes you wonder about the implications of living longer, though.
Yeah. What would it mean for society, for the planet, even for our understanding of what it means to be human?
It's a whole other conversation.
It is a fascinating one, though.
All right, so let's move on to a different but equally fascinating area.
Okay.
Synthesia, this company, creates really realistic AI-generated videos.
Hmm.
And they just got a ton of funding,
How much?
$180 million.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and they're now valued at $2.1 billion.
Clearly, investors see a lot of potential in AI video generation.
Absolutely, and Synthesia is a major player in the field, but they're not alone.
Right. There are a few others making waves.
Like who?
Well, there's Stability AI with their stable video diffusion model.
Okay, and what's so special about stable video diffusion?
Well, imagine being able to generate a 5-second video from just a few words or a simple sketch.
So you're saying I could just describe something and it would create a video of it?
That's basically it takes text and images and turns them into these dynamic cinematic scenes.
That sounds like something out of a movie.
I know, it's pretty wild, and the creative potential is huge.
Yeah, I can see that, but are there any risks?
Well, with the ability to create such realistic videos, there's always the potential for misuse.
Like what?
Things like deepfakes and misinformation, spreading false information.
Oh, right. That's a serious concern.
It is, and it's something we need to be really careful about as this technology gets more sophisticated.
It seems like with every breakthrough in AI, there's always a flip side.
Yeah, there's always a need to consider the ethical implications.
So how do we balance the incredible potential of AI with the need to use it responsibly?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is, and it's a question we need to keep asking ourselves as AI continues to evolve.
Absolutely. We need to be having these conversations and figuring out how to ensure that AI benefits everyone.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but it's so important.
Absolutely. We need to be thinking about this stuff now before it's too late.
Exactly. And it's encouraging to see that people are starting to have these conversations.
Yeah, there are definitely organizations out there working on ethical guidelines and frameworks for AI development.
Right. It's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we use it.
And speaking of frameworks, I've been hearing a lot about this thing called AI security posture management.
AI-SPM. Yeah.
Is that something we should be worried about?
Well, it's definitely something to be aware of.
What is it exactly?
Basically, it's all about addressing the unique vulnerabilities that come with AI systems.
Okay, so what kind of vulnerabilities are we talking about?
Think data integrity, model biases, potential attacks, all sorts of security challenges.
So it's like a specialized security system for AI
You could say that it's about having the right tools and processes in place.
to make sure our AI is safe and trustworthy.
Exactly.
And are companies actually doing this? Are they implementing AI-SPM?
Oh, yeah, a lot of the big tech companies and organizations are adopting AI-SPM frameworks.
And what do these frameworks actually do?
They help monitor AI systems continuously identify potential risks and put safeguards in place.
Safeguards like what?
Well, for example, they can help detect anomalies in how a model is behaving, make sure it's complying with data privacy regulations, stuff like that.
So it's about being proactive rather than reactive.
Exactly. And it's not just about preventing intentional attacks either. It's also about mitigating unintended consequences.
Like what?
Like biases in AI models.
Biases.
Yeah, you see, AI models are trained on data, and if that data is biased, the model can learn and perpetuate those biases.
Oh, I see. So if a model is trained on data that mostly reflects one gender or ethnicity, it might make unfair decisions.
Right, and that's why it's crucial to make sure the training data is diverse and representative.
And AI-SPM can help with that.
It can. A lot of AI-SPM frameworks have ways to detect and mitigate biases.
So it's about making sure AI is fair for everyone.
Exactly.
Wow, AI-SPM sounds pretty complex.
It is. It's a multifaceted approach to a whole range of challenges.
It's constantly evolving, right?
Yeah, as AI gets more advanced, we learn more about the potential risks, and we have to adapt.
Well, it's good to hear. Sounds like a lot of people are working hard to make sure AI is developed responsibly.
It's a collaborative effort. Researchers, developers, policymakers, even the public, everyone has a role to play.
And this conversation is part of that effort, right?
Absolutely. The more we talk about these things, the better equipped we'll be to handle the impact of AI.
So what about the future of AI? What trends are you excited about?
Well, one that I find fascinating is this idea of explainable AI, or XAI.
XAI. What's that?
As AI systems get more complex, it's getting harder to understand how they make decisions.
Right, like it's all happening behind the scenes.
Exactly. So XAI is about making those decisions transparent so we can understand the reasoning behind them.
Okay, I can see why that's important, especially in things like healthcare or finance.
Right. You want to know why an AI system is recommending a certain treatment or making a particular financial decision.
Makes sense. So is XAI being used now?
It's still early days, but it's gaining a lot of traction.
That's cool. What else are you keeping an eye on?
I'm really interested in the potential of AI for good.
AI for good.
Yeah, using AI to address some of the world's biggest challenges like climate change, poverty, disease.
Wow, that's amazing. So how is AI being used for good right now?
Well, there are personalized learning tools being developed for students. AI is being used to improve disaster response efforts and even accelerate scientific discovery.
It sounds like AI has the potential to really make a difference.
It does, and as it keeps advancing, I think we'll see even more incredible applications.
That's a great thought. I love that idea of AI for good. And speaking of exciting advancements, let's go back to AI video generation for a second.
Okay.
We talked about Synthesia and stability AI, but where do you see this technology going in the future?
I think we're just getting started.
Really?
Yeah, as these models get more sophisticated and easier to use, we're going to see a huge explosion of creativity.
Imagine everyone being able to make Hollywood-quality videos.
Right. We're already seeing AI tools that can generate lifelike avatars, create special effects, even write scripts.
That's insane. But what about the ethical concerns we talked about earlier, like deepfakes and misinformation?
Of course, we have to be cautious as this technology becomes more powerful.
So what can we do?
Well, we need to educate people about AI-generated content, create tools to detect deepfakes, and establish clear ethical guidelines.
So it's a balancing act.
It is, but it's a balance. We need to find the potential benefits are huge, But we have to use this technology responsibly.
I agree. It all comes back to that idea of balancing innovation with responsibility.
It does, and that's something we need to keep in mind as AI continues to evolve and shape our world.
This has been such a fascinating conversation.
It has been fun.
I've learned so much about AI and its potential impact on the future.
Yeah, it really feels like we're just at the beginning.
Oh, definitely. There's so much more to come.
And with AI evolving so rapidly, what role do you see governments playing in all of this?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
You know, different countries are taking different approaches.
Oh, really?
Yes, some are all about stricter regulations to prevent potential harm. Okay, that makes sense.
While others are more hands-off, they want to encourage innovation.
So finding that balance between protecting people and fostering innovation is key.
Exactly. And it's a global conversation we need to be having.
Right. It's not just one country's decision.
Exactly. We need international cooperation to figure out ethical guidelines and standards for AI that work for everyone.
It really highlights how interconnected we are.
It does. What happens with AI in one part of the world affects us all.
That's true. So having these conversations and sharing knowledge is more important than ever.
Absolutely. We need to work together to make sure AI benefits humanity as a whole.
Well said. This has been a fantastic deep dive into some of the most exciting and challenging aspects of AI.
I agree.
It's clear that we're living in a time of incredible technological advancement, and AI is leading the way.
It really is, and it's a time of immense opportunity.
Yeah, we have the chance to use these powerful tools to solve some of the world's biggest problems and create a better future.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's a great note to end on. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the world of AI.
It was my pleasure.
And to all of you listening, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. We encourage you to keep exploring the world of AI and be a part of the conversation about how we shape its future. Until next time.